Hi guys, welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be ranking all the mushrooms in Plants vs. Zombies 1 on how good they are. Now I love all these characters' designs, but I want to rank them in order on how powerful each one is, how useful each one is. And I think all these mushrooms are pretty unique. So if you guys like this video, please subscribe, like, and share, and comment down below which mushroom is your favorite. Alright, I think this is in a pretty interesting order, so let's just go with it. So in the C tier, I'm going to be putting the Hypno-shroom. Hypno-shroom is an interesting plant. He has a slow recharge. He only costs 75 during night levels, but he's kind of just a bad squash in my opinion. He can only be used on one enemy at a time. He can be useful against the all-star zombies, but other than that, during the day, he's pretty much useless and outclassed, along with him having a slow recharge and only being able to target one zombie at a time. Not very useful in my opinion. Characters like the Swash can swash multiple zombies at once. Alright, the next plant is the Doom-shroom. Doom-shroom is going to be going in the S tier. Doom-shroom can pretty much wipe the entire board of every single zombie at once, which is absolutely insane. He has a huge blast radius. He's really good against gargantuars. He's really good against zambonis and armored zombies, and he gets the job done. He's useful during the day and the night. And during the day, when he goes to sleep, you could use that to like stall him, and then he'll explode. And he's just a really good plant. He's not that expensive either during night. He's only 125. I think overall this is in contender for the best plant in the game in my opinion. Alright, next plant is Fume-shroom. I'm trying to let my bias go by, but I'm gonna put Fume-shroom in the A tier. This plant only costs 75 and then 150 during the day. This is one of the few characters in the game that has instant pierce, so he goes through every single zombie and he has really good group control and good range. He has solid DPS if you have like three of them lined up. He's also a great counter to ladder zombies, garbage can zombies, and even stuff like the screen door zombies. He could just pretty much counter all of them. Um, he's a really good plant. He's a really good plant. His damage can be a little lacking if you only have one, but if you have him stacked up and you have like winter melons, they'll all get bunched up and slow, and he has really good group control. Alright, the next plant is the Gloom-shroom. The Gloom-shroom is going to be going in the S tier. The Gloom-shroom is useful in most levels, but I do think in Adventure it's not the most useful plant in the world. This is like an overall tier list. In Endless mode, he's very good. Um, he has a 3x3 radius, he has extreme DPS, he has Pierce like Fume-shroom. Um, doesn't really have any bad matchups. If you combine him with Pumpkin, he's really good. You could do some strategies with Garlic where you could make them walk in the other lane, and then you could have a lane of Gloom-shrooms, and they'll kill all the zombies. And they're also a great counter to the mining zombie and to imps, and they're just a really solid plant overall. Alright, the next plant is the Magnet-shroom. I'm going to put the Magnet-shroom in the A tier right next to the Fume-shroom. So the Magnet-shroom is a good plant, especially during the night. It only costs 100. It's a great counter towards a lot of zombies, like ladder zombies, mining zombies. The only problem with the mining zombies is he can pick up the pickaxe while the mining zombie's like halfway through your lawn, and then he could just kind of cause a problem. That's kind of annoying, but you could handle that. The problem with the Magnet-shroom is that he could only get one metal object at once. If he could get like three at once, I think he'd be much better. But he's a good plant during adventure mode, definitely. But during some of the longer game modes, like endless or survival, he's not the most useful plant in the world. But in some mini games and adventure mode, he's a very good counter to all the metal zombies. Alright, the next plant is the Ice-shroom. I'm gonna be putting the Ice-shroom in the I'm gonna put him in the A tier for now. Ice-shroom is pretty much like the Doom-shroom, except he actually covers the entire board. He freezes every zombie instantly, and he only costs 75 sun. Now, he is really good, and there's some good strategies with him, but the problem is if you're using certain plants, like a torchwood pea repeater, for example, the fire peas will defrost the zombies. So that can be annoying for a strategy. The frost doesn't last forever, and it doesn't work with all strategies. Fun fact about this character, he actually does a little bit of damage every time he uses his ice blast. Um, Overall, I think he's a solid character. I think he belongs in the A tier. Alright, the next character is the Puff-shroom. Now, I have a hot take. I don't think the Puff-shroom is the best plant in the game, like most people do. In a couple of videos, you guys might find out who the best plant in the game is, in my opinion. But I think the Puff-shroom is still worthy of being in the S tier. He costs 0 sun. He has a fast recharge. He's highly spammable. You can use him to stall like gargantuars and other zombies, pretty well. He's very useful in adventure mode. Survival mode, he could still be useful as well, like stall the gargantuars. You just gotta place him down pretty quickly. He does have short range, and during the day he's not as useful as people make him out to be, in my opinion. But if you like that strategy, then I could see why you think he's the best. But I think he does have a range problem, and then during the day, I don't think he's as useful as people think. All right, the next plant is going to be the Scaredy-shroom, who I'm going to be putting in the B tier. Scaredy-shroom is a really good plant because he only costs 25 sun at night, and he has really long range. So he's a 25 sun peashooter. Now, he does have the problem where he hides whenever a zombie goes near him, but if you're putting them in the back of the lawn, that really shouldn't be an issue. But there is certain times where it can be an issue, like for example, if there's a mining zombie, and they go to the back of the map, and then all the scaredy shrooms start hiding, and then all the other zombies are able to approach you, which is kind of annoying. So late game, he doesn't really stack up very well. And again, during the daytime, he costs 100, so he's pretty much useless during the day. I don't think he's useful at all during the day, so that's another thing that's kind of sad about him. But during the night and in adventure mode, he's a very good plant. Alright, the next plant is going to be the Sun-shroom. I'm going to be putting the Sun-shroom in the A tier. It's kind of hard to rank this plant because he's like a support plant, but the Sun-shroom, I used to think this was like a bad plant, but during the night, you could actually get a lot of them down very quickly because he's cheap. And then after a while, he's pretty much just as good as a sunflower. Now, I don't know if this is true, but he might produce more sun at night than the sunflower, but I don't know if that's true. But after they grow, he could really be a good sun producer. But he's not S tier because during the day he costs 100 sun and he's just a bad sunflower during the day. So no point of using him there. Um, Overall, pretty decent. All right, the next plant is the Sea-shroom. People think this plant is really bad. I disagree. I think during adventure mode, this plant is actually very useful. He does have a slow recharge, but it doesn't really matter because the zombies start spawning in the pool after a while. So you could get like 2 or 3 of these down in the pool, and they could just take out whatever's in the pool, without having you to waste your sun during the night on lily pads, as well as him being free, which is cool. But during the day he is useless. Since he has a slow recharge and there's just much better plants during the day along with sun raining from the sky, so you could get more stuff down earlier. Um, and he can't be used on land, so that's another downside. But I think he's a pretty decent plant overall. I think he's underrated. I like his design too. He looks cool. But I hope you guys enjoyed the mushroom tier list. If you guys enjoyed, please like the video and share. And thanks for watching. Join the Discord in the description. Bye.